Hey, what's up, good people? What's going on, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? Welcome to episode 33. Listen, guys, we got to change up the show. Initially, we was going to do part two of last week, but some things came up with the guests. So we're going to call this Wildcard Wednesday, y'all. We gonna wing it. We're going to wing it, but it's going to be good. You already know. It's going to be good. But as always, I don't do it by myself. So I need to introduce my amazing panel to you. And first, we want to welcome Miss Shay to the show.
Hey, get my name right. Get my name right. Okay.
Oh, First Lady. Okay. First Lady of the BNC.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Listen, you ready for this wild card Wednesday?
And when I say we ready as we can be, we stay ready. So we don't got to get ready.
Hey,
okay?
I like that. What's up, everybody in the comments? What's going on? Joseph, what's up? Chill out, man. What's up? So next, we're going to welcome my other guest. Not my guest. He's a part of the panel now.
He's right.
This is cute. Listen, y'all. He's a part of the panel.
Yes,
all right. He just signed his contract today. It's hot off the press. So y'all, let's welcome Q to the show. What up, Q? What's going on?
Hey, brother from another mother. Unmute your phone. Unmute it.
Put me on program.
Right. What's going on, y'all? As you guys know, I like to open up the show with something interesting. First, I want to start off by saying welcome, everybody. If you're new to the show, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, please share it. We still a new channel, and we still trying to grow, of course, and we cannot do it without you guys' help. And we have done pretty good so far, so we want to continue to say thank you, and we appreciate you guys. What's up, sis? What's going on? So for the ones that just joined, we are going to change up the show because the coach from last week couldn't be here this week. What's up, big bro? He couldn't be here. The coach from last week couldn't be here this week, so we got to switch up some things. So we're going to call this Wild Out Wednesday. So we're going to just talk about anything. So listen, if there's something you guys want to talk about and you want to just jump in and kind of voice your concern, or if not, drop it in the comments and we're going to talk about it. Of course, I want to open up the show with something. Let me see what I want to ask you guys. Oh, what is that one thing that you struggle with as a kid in school? And it kind of venture off in your adult life. So there's two things for me. For one, it took me forever to learn how to count military time. I had no idea what military time was. I did not know how to tell military time. But the easy thing is always add 12 to whatever number. So if it's 7 o'clock, it's 19 o'clock. Military time, it's still 7 o'clock. You just add 12 to the 7. And so once I learned that, it was easier for me to say, okay, so this is what this is. So, anytime it's 1 through 12, you just add 12 to that, and that gives you the military time, which I don't know. Yeah, so it's something easy. Another thing that's been hard for me since I got older, I hate when people give me directions and tell me, hey, I want the south side of this. I still don't know what the south side and north side is. Mm-hmm. I say, I'm like, okay, are you close to a McDonald's? Is it near? I hate when people say I'm east of this and I'm west of this. I still haven't mastered that part.
It's just like the west side and the east side. Woodward separates the east side from the west side here. Always remember that. So if they tell you they're east of Woodward, they're going to be across Woodward going towards Caju.
No, they're going to be on. No, they're going to be on the side where.
Not on the side where Palmer Park is, on the opposite side. That's east of Woodward.
No, that's west of Woodward. East is always on your right side. West is always on your left.
Depending on how you're traveling. The east side, Woodward separates the east side.
I know, but the east side is always going to be on your right hand side.
The west side.
But let me tell you, you know what my direction is in Detroit? Let me know where Coney Islands is, and let me know where Captain Jay's is.
Yeah, because it's a Captain J and a Coney Island on every corner.
Period.
Oh, and a church. So what is that one thing that you guys struggle with in school and you was like, damn, and then when you got older, you like, oh, okay, this is what it was. This is what it is.
Go ahead, Q.
Q,
Um,
Q,
I
you
didn't
freezing. I think you
I,
froze.
I didn't like math in school. Hated math. And you brought up military.
Q.
What's
Oh,
going on?
I don't know. You freezing and everything.
Oh, I don't like math.
Okay, that's one of those things. Yeah.
I was gonna
But
say everybody don't
you know,
like math.
you brought up military time. I work for the government still. I'll be like 0300. What?
Yeah,
Hey,
that's the yeah. It's yeah. I'm telling you, it's one of those things that it's always good to know. Like once somebody explained that to me, always add 12. It makes sense.
that's too
It,
much.
it make perfect sense though.
Yeah.
Um, what about you, Shay? What is that one thing that you hated in school, and then now you kind of like, oh, okay,
I won't say I hated it, but I went to Detroit public schools, unfortunately. So I graduated not knowing how to read. And I had to self teach myself. I ended up going to college and having to drop out and re-enroll 3 years later so that I knew how to read so I could pass my classes, and now I'm getting
hmm
ready to start my master's in literally a week. So it's like it was a struggle. It was embarrassing, but at the end of the day, I went
Yeah.
to Barnes and Nobles and got me one of them little it was kind of like a walk-in encyclopedia, and I put the words in there and I wrote them down in my apartment, and I learned how to read myself just by making sure I pushed myself, and I re-enrolled back in school and graduated. So
But let us just say this, Shay.
that's what's
We
up
proud of you over in this camp. Like,
thank
for
you.
sure. Most definitely.
salute you.
Thank you.
We most definitely proud of you. So all I can say is just keep pushing and never give up. And that's for any of you guys. If it's
Yeah.
something that you guys really want to do, it may take you some time to do it, but just because it take you some time to do it doesn't mean you should give up or be discouraged. You know what I mean? Because I realize if things are really given to us easily, do we really appreciate that?
Nope.
You don't learn the value of it.
Yep.
If things are really given to us easily, how like because I can remember, driving somebody else's car, right? I'm going over potholes, I'm driving, but the minute I bought my car, I'm driving slow. I ain't going over no potholes,
But
but because you spent money on it, you know what I mean? And you value you just value certain things, especially the things that you worked hard for,
Mhm.
So yeah, so if you guys want to do something, y'all, just stick with it and keep going. Um, what is one of the things? What is the one thing you love about life? Just life in a whole. It doesn't have to deal with it don't have to be about anyone or have it doesn't have to be about something. What is just the good thing about life?
for me, I feel like life is what you make it. It's simply about what you make it. We all gonna go through, our ups and downs and all that showing. But I'm a believer that obstacles are put in front of us for us to overcome those. Like
Mhm.
was, hey, I couldn't read, but guess what? She knew that, hey, there's something that I have to do to
Yeah.
overcome this. Now she's at her master's degree level. So it's like, others will get discouraged. But here's the thing, there's some people who can read
Mm-hmm.
that's not at that master's degree level,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I think so. I think what I like about life is that it's unpredictable. I like that it's almost like a book that has blank pages on tomorrow. And you literally can write anything in your book you want to write.
mm-hmm.
And I love that it's an empty canvas in the future. And I can literally write anything I want to write. I mean, hiccups come, but the fact that I can create my own story is the beauty of life.
I like that. I like how you so eloquently put that because life is a book. Because you think about it, you're born and everything you do in life is a chapter, whether it's a good chapter or a bad chapter. A book, when you write in a book, it's a blank canvas, right?
Mhm.
And you start putting things that actually happen. So if this happened to you, then you start putting this in your chapter. Everything, life is, and I like how you said that so eloquently said. Um, I think one thing what I love most about life is that as long as God give you breath, it's never too late to do anything. So it's never too late to go back to school. It's never too late to change your career field. It's never too late to do anything, because I always go by this: don't dwell about yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
If you follow those simple principles and just live life, and I think you'll be good. And I think we need to give ourselves some leeway. I think we are so hard on ourselves. You know what I mean? And yeah, if it's something that you want to do, you can do it.
I
Just
think a lot of times you have people who don't have the the people that's in their lives that can encourage them or motivate them. So my mom dropped out of high school when she was in the 11th grade. My dad dropped out of middle school when he was in the 8th grade. So I didn't have any role models in my home that actually had finished school. So my older sister was the first person to graduate from college, and then myself. So a lot of times you have people who don't have the role models. And I just knew that I wanted to get out of the ghetto. I hated being in the ghetto. I hated being around the prostitutes. I hated just walking outside and looking at the raggedy houses. And I was like, I am going to get out of here. And literally at 18, I was willing to go anywhere. I didn't care, just to get away from the ghetto. And I was like, I never wanted to go back. So I knew whatever I had to do, and I didn't want to live off anybody. That was another thing. I saw my mom living off my dad, and like he had to work and she had to wait for his money. And I just wanted my own shit. I was like, I'm never going to let a man take care of me, and I'm going to have my own money. And I just was determined to get me a job, work myself, pay my own bills, and just persevere through life. And it was hard. It was many days I got discouraged, but I was just looking at the end of the tunnel. And it's crazy to look back now. The story I wrote, I told my son that. So he's in college now. He's in his first year in college. I was a single mom. I was working nights. Kevin knew that. Like I had cameras in my house years ago because I had to work. And my son was 8 and 9. I had to leave him at home. But I knew that I wanted more. And I think that eventually you have to be around people. I spoke at the ladies named Rhonda Walker. She invited me to one of her dinners, and I was one of the speakers, and I spoke to almost 300 girls, telling them I didn't know how to read. And now I'm a superintendent over like a tier 1 company where it's almost 2,000 people there. I have supervisors. I do training. I teach classes. I instruct classes. And it just all came from me just feeling like I want to do more. And I thank God for being by my side and talking to me in my ear and telling me that you're more than what you see. And people need to hear that. You would be surprised how many older people need to hear you say you're more than what you see.
Mm-hmm.
Going. And that's it.
So let me ask you guys this. Let me go to the comments real fast. Chill said, life has many lessons and opportunities to take advantage of. We only have one life, so you got to make the best of your time here. I 100% agree with you, bro. My sister said, well said, Shay.
Thanks, Clarice.
Chill said, it's okay to make mistakes, learn learn, of course, and correct it. Learn and correct it. And I think that's a true statement. I think a lot of times it's okay. We gonna make mistakes. That's how you learn certain things. But see, this is the thing that I don't understand. If you've been through it, I've been through it, Q been through it, and we tell maybe say your son not to do it, and he does it, then then at that point, I feel like I don't have any type of like I'm hard. I'm hard on people because it's like, you shouldn't have done that because I told you what's gonna happen. She told you what's gonna happen. He told you what's going to happen. So why do it? So why do you think people still do things? When somebody told me not to do something, I actually listened. I
Well,
think I would have been far more, way more in trouble.
some people come from a school of hard knocks.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Explain
and
what that is, because a
like
lot of people probably don't know what that is.
don't say, hey, don't touch the stove because you're gonna get burned. Some people want to know. I want to know how hot it is.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is that I was one of them people, because for me to be able to listen to you, I watch your actions. You don't know watch your actions. So majority of the men majority of the men in my life, I knew exactly, how marriage and all this was supposed to be. So if you say, hey, you're not supposed to do this, or this is how you're supposed to raise your family and all this other stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I stepping out and I know that all my uncles are married, but then I turn around and see you with different women, of course I'm not going to listen to you. So it's like, we need to model ourselves. We're being watched even when we don't think we're being watched. So it's not that they're not listening to you per se, but it's like, hey, if they see you at any other magnitude, then guess what? It's like, nah. And they could be listening to you, and they could be like, hey, I'm gonna find a different path.
I don't think it's that they're not listening. I think like parents are put here to guide, children are put here to be children, adolescents are put here to be adolescents. I mean, I think I was told not to drink. I think all of us on this panel was told not to drink, right? We know that it corrodes the liver. We know that smoking corrodes the lungs, and it has all these other ailments that come along with it. But how many of us don't drink? But it was already told to us that it was bad and don't do it. So I don't think it's necessarily us being defiant. I mean, I remember as an adolescent girl, my mama told me not to go with boys, or, not to skip class. How many of us skip class? It was just a part of growing up. And I think children, I don't think they purposely be defiant or not listening. I just think it's a part of life that God put us here to be teachers, parents, moms, dads, uncles. And that's just a part of the cycle. Hell, you got grown-ups that still do stupid stuff.
You just simply, I feel like you just simply live and you learn and create your own path. But I do think that there's, you were talking, Shay, you were just talking about, things that our parents say. We didn't follow the blueprint of what our parents said. How there were things that we did that we heard our parents' voice in the back of our head, like, don't do it. Don't do it.
Right, because our parents didn't follow the blueprint of what their parents. So it's like one of those things. Let's see. Larice said that most people have to experience things for themselves. Someone telling is not always
absolutely enough. Oh, you agree?
So could it be enough though?
It depends.
I just think that certain.
It depends. If you tell me if I go to Bilal, it's a shark on the loose, and not to get in the water, 9 out of 10, probably everybody on this panel is not going to go downtown and get in that water because it's a shark on the loose. But if you tell me men are dogs and don't date them, or don't marry a man who got 5 kids and don't have a job, it's hard to say that every man that has 5 children is not going to be a good husband. So you can tell me your experiences with certain things. That doesn't necessarily mean because I don't listen to you and actually what you said really happened, is that I was being defiant or I had to hit my head against a brick wall. Sometimes things in life just leads us down a different path that you can't understand.
Yeah. Okay. Next question. Would you guys date yourself and why?
At this
I'm going to hang up. I'll meet y'all next Tuesday.
Because she said that she...
Look, I got the wrong day too.
Would you date yourself? Ask yourself. Listen, everybody that's watching, ask yourself this. Would you honestly date yourself now?
At this point, I say I will. And the reason why I say at this point, because I'm much more calmer than I was. I'm very much more open to correction. I'm open to just different things. And like I'm in counseling, so you find in counseling you find more about you than you know about you. So I would, at this point, I say yes. Now, if you would have asked me like my teenage years, we would have had to bring in OnlyFans.
All right, that's cool, and that's an honest answer. Shay, would you date yourself?
I wouldn't. I'm very demanding. And I'm pretty sure it's probably annoying to my girlfriend. So and I'm a brat. I want stuff my way. So I tend to have a lot of temper tantrums. So no, I wouldn't. Nope.
And that's a true honest answer.
Yeah.
Would I date myself?
Hold
Uh,
on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Go ahead.
I don't know. That's a good question. I think it really takes a strong person to date me.
No, that's not the question, honey. Answer the question. I need you to answer the question.
would
Give us
I
a
date
yes
my
or a no.
Would I date myself? I'm gonna say yes, and that's an honest answer.
I feel like
Larice, come on this show. Pull Larice in.
No,
Pull
but I
her
would,
in.
but I'm saying because I have a lot of great qualities, so I most definitely would date myself. I couldn't date a person like me, like
so
you
you can
said,
date,
huh?
because dating someone like you mean dating yourself.
Well, I guess I couldn't date myself. I,
We
I
don't
guess I
say
couldn't.
yes.
I
You
guess
would
I
never
couldn't date
date
myself
yourself.
then.
You
If I
would
think
never
about it
date
like that,
yourself.
I guess when I asked that question, I was thinking about like where you at now in life, your mental stability, your emotional stability, your mental stability, like that. But since you put it like as far as that, yes. But dating somebody that think like I think and stuff, probably not, because we will bump heads.
A chilled out one said, I wouldn't date myself because I wouldn't want some differences along with the similarities. I know too much about me. There wouldn't be surprises or things to learn from to grow. But
Okay.
I don't know. You still probably could grow.
What's up,
My
Art? Art said, as my mother said, I can raise you the best way I can, but you're going to do what you're going to do. Exactly, man. Um,
Can we bring some viewers on today or no?
okay, Timbe, I'm already dating me. I love it. All right, hey, that's what's up, man. Sometimes you gotta date yourself. Um, listen, drop down in the comments if you guys want to talk about something. We had to switch up the show today because our guest actually had something to do, and the show still have to go on. So we kind of switching up. This is what we call Wildcard Wednesday.
I
So
have a
we
question.
go ahead.
If you could redo Mount Rushmore,
If you can what?
if you could redo Mount Rushmore
Okay.
and put however many leaders up there, well, let's say five of your top leaders that have been inspirational to you in your life, whether it's girl or guy, who would you put up there and why?
You said five. Well, first, you see the two people in the back, Barack and Michelle. Those would be the two people. Um, I would have Maya Angelou up there. That's three. I would have.
You can do three. Three is good.
Okay, I would do the Obamas and I forgot who the other person. Oh, Maya Angelou. Because I think I would put Oprah up there because I think that as far as the Obamas, it wasn't just that they were the first black president. I actually enjoyed Michelle better than Barack. I just like what they come with, and not everybody is perfect. I like that they always pushing education and empowering people. I think as far as media, I think Oprah is just powerful, and I think what she has done with her platform allowed so many people that look like us a chance to do a lot of different things. You know what I mean? Hence why we doing a podcast, because we saw Oprah and we believe that guess what, we can do the same thing. Maya Angelou is just so uh her poems, I just think that she is very, very powerful, and to write poems back in 20 years ago, and the things are very relevant to this day. I just think that that's powerful. So I would most definitely have those 4 people on Mount Rushmore.
Okay, back to me. Go ahead, Q.
Mine will be the Obamas.
Okay.
I would put up there. I will put LeBron James up there. That would be it. That would probably be it. But like you said, when it comes to the Obamas, outside of the presidency, to see how much class that they carry, hands down. And you see, like they roll with the punches. You know, there's been plenty of times they could have just came out the bag and it was like, you know, or Barack be like, Michelle, Michelle be like, Barack, But one thing I respect, and my friends get tired of me, they be like, "You're not the Obamas," but it stands out. I don't know if you guys paid attention. Like anytime Michelle would travel across seas or wherever she would go, and Barack was left in D.C. Anytime that she traveled back to D.C., as the busiest man of America, he will find himself getting a limousine to meet Michelle at that airport as she come down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Tell me is when jokers be like, "Oh, I was too busy to call you." Like, what?
Yeah, I think you make time to do what you want to do.
You make
For
time
sure.
to do what you want to
You gotta
do.
Yes,
do
sir.
what you want to do. So I would say that, and Oprah, powerful, powerful platform, and I do watch like when she bring entertainers and singers and all that stuff together. Love it. LeBron, I love it because of his sportsmanship, and he's from Cleveland. But then I think from much more is that what he's given back to his community. The
Yeah,
African community.
yeah.
And his school, he opened up a school, and the testing scores of them kids are amazing. So when kids grow up to say, "Yo, I want to be like LeBron James, and I want to be like this," he's not concerned about the tennis shoes on their feet. I'm concerned about your education. I'm concerned about putting the proper educators in the classroom to make sure these kids pass the test. So at the end of the day, guess what? Okay, you want to play basketball? All right, guess what? What about these books? So I'm preparing you for more than basketball. So therefore, you're already going to college with a level-headed mind of education and knowing how to work smart. So,
Okay. All right.
Good. Me, y'all stole my people except for Michelle Obama. Of course, I absolutely love her. I think she is the real GOAT, okay, for me. And I like Barack, but I liked Michelle because she said one time in one of her interviews that they said that just imagine if you had never married Barack, you would have never been the first lady. And she said, no, Barack would have never been the president. My husband would have still been the president. I still would have been the first lady. And I liked her confidence. I enjoyed seeing a African American woman, the same skin as me, so confident that behind every great man is a great woman. And I think that's really, truly a real statement. I would choose my other person, Martin Luther King. And I know everybody heard about him 100 times, but going down to Atlanta and looking at where he lived and watching documentaries of him and reading books about him, he really was a great leader, for his people. And he advocated for us, him, Harriet Tubman, Malcolm X. These were people that really, truly went through, stood getting hosed with hard water and cold water and locked up just for us to be able to be where we are today. So I definitely take my hat off to them. So my Mount Rushmore would probably be more than 5 people, but it would start off with the Baracks, Martin Luther King, Harriet Tubman. And I think that would probably be it for right now for me.
So I have a question.
Yep.
Do you think you could have survived in the civil rights era?
Nope. Well, you know what? I take that back because mentally they were different than us. So, now I'll be like, how the hell did people like 100 African Americans let them come and tell you what to do, take your wives and your kids? Like, How? But their mentality
It's
was
different.
different than
Hmm.
ours. So would I have survived? Probably, because my mentality is different. But now, oh hell no! Like there's no way. I'm not letting. No, I'd be dead.
I'm gonna say no. I'll be dead
Yeah.
because I think my mindset it it's not about. Um, I think it's all about just respect, being rebellious, and like just conforming to, you know what I mean. Like just if you had a long day, and you mean to tell me I had a long day and I gotta stand up, and it's spots on the places on the bus that I can sit, but I have to stand up because
Yeah.
it's you know like no, and that ain't gonna happen. I probably would have had more mug shots than
No, you would
um
have been hung, baby.
yeah,
When I say they would have got you, you wouldn't have had no
most
mug shots. They would have got
definitely.
you good together. Okay.
Yeah, I
And you
wouldn't have made it.
strong.
I
Okay.
I
You
I wouldn't have survived. What's up, True Bo? What's going on? He said, "What's up, Mike and
he
Ginger?"
cracks me up every time Truth Bowl come on and say,
Right.
"Hey, we be like, I'm like, who the hell is Mike and Ginger?"
Right, and then you sitting up there like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Oh shit, that's my alias." Yeah, so I most definitely wouldn't have survived. You think you would have survived, Q?
No, my mouth too smart.
So
No.
you wouldn't have done it. You wouldn't have made
My
it.
mouth, no.
So, okay, I got a question for you guys. Thinking about church, and of course, the pandemic has changed a lot of things. You know, things I don't think things will ever go how they were. Like, for instance, it's a lot of work from home jobs, a lot of things you can do from home. What is your perspective on church? Do you think you have to be in a brick and mortar to attend church, or can you uh, um, get the same message from just watching it via computer? Because I know that's a big topic. What's y'all opinion on that? Worshiping online versus worshiping in the actual edifice of the church.
Q, you want to go?
So I feel like this. I feel like for me, I feel like I have to go into the building. I feel like I can go into the building. However, I did well virtually, you know. But even when we were virtually, I was still in because I was still doing pre-recordings or whatever. However, I think one thing we have got so caught up on is that church is in the building. Church is not in the building because we are the church.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like people who hold position in the church lost their rabbit mind because they didn't know who they were outside their title.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think you broke up, Q. Shay, what's your perspective on that?
Um, I honestly have to say, I
He
really.
as a bishop when you take
Uh-oh.
a
Q doing a mannequin challenge over there.
Tell him to go out and come back in.
Yeah, we need you to go
Q,
out and come back in, Q.
drop him out and drop him out and see if he can come back in. Good.
Yeah, because he's doing a mannequin challenge.
Yeah.
Um, Shay, what's your perspective on that?
I really miss going to church, but I have to find a good church, and you already know how I feel about tithes. We got into this long, drawn out story one day about tithes and offering. I do believe in the Bible where it says where one and two touch and agree. That scripture, and then about being. When you have people in the same building under the same thing, under the same spirit, I get all of that. I don't necessarily feel like I have to go to church in order to have a relationship with God, but I do think it's healthier to go to church. I guess it's almost like going to the doctor for a checkup. You know what I'm saying? It just helps you maintain your health, and it checks you. If something's wrong, they can give you something to help you feel better, I guess. So I'm going to say I would, if I can find a good church, I would love to go to church more often than I do. But I don't feel that the spirit is where I'm at right now. So I don't go. And that's the honest to God truth.
Okay. I think for me, I think times has evolved. I think going to a church, or going, when I say going to church, I mean going to an actual building every day. I don't think you can do. I mean, you can send your tithes or offering virtually. You can still do that. You can still get the word. Um, I think we have to evolve with times. You know what I mean? Like, even the last time I went to church, I still had my Bible with me. Well, people was pulling out their phones and they iPads and going through the Bible on that, and I still have my Bible. I ain't seen not one person with a Bible. I think the pastor had his iPad sitting up there. So times has evolved. And so I think you can do both. I do feel like church, being in the physical church, some people need that. You know what I mean? Some people need uh the they need the people of God there with them. But I think we most definitely can have, I think, a lot of churches are going to probably shut down. You're going to have a lot of online churches because it costs money to keep a church edifice open. You got the heat bill, air, you got all this stuff, and if people not going, why are you paying for a space that's not really needed?
I do like it though.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie and say that, when you get in a good church and the spirit hits real good, you can be in there, and I mean sometimes just crying purifies the soul. I'm
Hmm.
telling you, you leave up out of there and you literally feel like you are 30 pounds lighter. So I truly believe that there is a such thing as going to a building and being able to get into whatever it is you need to get into, but I don't think it's a requirement. That's all.
Okay, okay. What about Q? I know you was kind of cutting up. We didn't hear like the last part. You was doing a mannequin challenge on us, so we didn't hear you.
Maybe great. Like Shay said, I don't feel like it's a requirement, but I do feel like it's good. Like like she said, sometimes it's good to go in so you could lay at the altar, cry out, and be able to get it. I mean, the virtual service is good, but even when we do virtual service, 9 times out of 10 we distracted at home. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be in and out. Um, I feel like this. One thing I've learned as a person grew up in church, come full of priests and pastors. A lot of times people feel like going to church is what gets you to heaven. That is not what gets you to heaven. And once you start learning a lot of stuff on your own, a lot of stuff is not even biblically based. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
um, so I feel like it's what works for you. Because like if I'm on the road traveling or whatever and stuff like that, of course I'm gonna tune in the church virtually. But growing up, it was more so I was raised of like, oh, you can't miss church on Sunday, or you. So as I got an adult, I felt like I couldn't miss church on Sunday.
Okay, okay.
Mr. Shackleford said on Facebook book that the generation has tremendously changed. Christianity was forced on our people, and we don't have to go to church. We can
Uh,
definitely be at home. He said churches are getting money, and the bishops are writing the Benzes. This pastor member. Heaven and hell is a state of the mind. So he's definitely stating some of the stuff that I don't feel like we have to pay tithes. I feel like everything in life has literally changed. Again, we didn't find out Juneteenth until when? COVID. COVID hit is when all of us really found out what Juneteenth was. So as time has went by, things have changed. And I just don't believe that God said I had to give my hard-earned money to somebody. I don't believe he said that. Now, maybe he said, people told me, well, he told people to offer goats back then because that's what they had. Well, God wasn't born again. So if he told them to give goats back before, shouldn't the goat still be in the Bible? Who changed it?
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. I
Hmm.
mean, I don't know. Maybe somebody can riddle me, but everything that everybody's told me, just to me, it doesn't hold any validity.
So my thing is, what if we've been going to church and doing what they say that we should do, and then you end up not in heaven? How would you feel?
What do you mean? Like
Like
so
what? So
so here's the thing. Going to church doesn't constitute you going to heaven.
it's living like the Bible.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. So can you say that one more time? Say that one more time, Q.
Going to church doesn't mean you're going to heaven.
That's true.
Okay.
Most definitely. I think a lot of people feel like they go to church, you know, and they're going to heaven. And it's like some of the people are the people that go to church to me are more the hell raisers. They go to church every Sunday.
So here's the thing. People have to fail to realize that when it comes to people in the church, people outside of church. So I remember growing up and, people like, oh, I don't go to church. I'd be like, what? You don't go to church? Like, how you not go to church? But as you look at it now, here's the thing. If you look in the Bible and you look at all the biblical characters in the Bible, there was no perfect person in the Bible but Jesus. Mm-hmm. There were fornicators, there were adulterers, there were Jezebels. But here's the thing. Jesus still used those people in the Bible despite their flaws. Mm-hmm. So the thing in the church is the reason why the world can't accept the church on certain levels because the people in the church don't want to show their flaws to the people in the world. Mm-hmm. We all have been through certain things. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. The same people that cried out Hosanna is the same people that turned on their back and said crucify him. So what does it tell me? Don't put so much stock in people and feel like I could trust everybody that no one is going to turn their back on me. If they did it to Jesus, trust, believe they're going to do it to me.
Yeah, Jesus knew Judas was going to betray him. He said it at the table.
He said it at the table. And the thing is that he never hung on the cross between two perfect people. He hung on the cross between two thieves.
Come on.
And the thing is,
facts to me, please.
And like Art said, he said you have to find God for yourself, and that's why a lot of people be so messed up when something happened to their pastor, because they don't necessarily they have God within them, but they still put all their faith and trust in man. Man is gonna fail you. You shouldn't put all your trust in a man because he's subject to fail you.
They use them as they use idols.
You break it up, Q.
What happens is you start to put your pastor on a certain pedestal, and it's like you put your pastor before God. Mm-hmm. So then when your pastor fall, you don't know how to handle it, because at the end of the day, guess what? He's still flesh. Just like he stumped his toe, he gonna cuss just like we cuss. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I think that we have to stop putting people on pedestals. You know what I'm saying? That's one. And here's the thing. I'll say this. I was grateful for the pandemic. And the reason why, because I became much more blessed and much more prosperous during the pandemic than I was before the pandemic. And here's the thing. When you go to church, no matter what you go, everybody who had titles, guess what? Sometimes things have to happen for a reason. So guess what? Shut everything down. Let's put your pastor at home. Let's put everybody on the same playing field to see how y'all react. Mm-hmm. So that's why you had a lot of people like, what I'm going to do? Read your Bible, because all the instructions, everything that your pastor is telling you is right in the Word of God. Now, do you pick up your Bible and read outside of on Sunday mornings? That's a different thing. Okay. So,
I truly believe that you got to learn for yourself. You got to know for yourself. Mr. Shackle said that, sorry, but that was white man religion who died and came back and said it was a heaven or a hell. We were brainwashed and had to accept Christianity. Believe in yourself, do your own research, learn the knowledge of yourself, and Black people need to read and study. So I believe that. I truly do. I just haven't. Quentin, I like when people come to me and talk in language that everybody can understand. And I had, people were reciting a whole bunch of damn scriptures, and I'm looking like every scripture you just said I know, but that still didn't explain to me what I was saying. Mm-hmm. And it didn't validate, it didn't give me any more validity, it didn't make me feel any better. And it just said that you go through the world and read your Bible. When I officially came out to my pastor, I told him that I was gay. And I said that I want to step down from doing praise and worship. I want to step down from doing the Sunshine Band because I felt like I was a hypocrite. I felt like because I was gay that I couldn't do these things. And he said, he said to me, the church is like a hospital. If everybody was well, you wouldn't need no doctors.
Amen.
He was like, so why would you sit down and not do what God can still? He uses anybody to bring the message. He used anybody. So I was convicting myself because I thought that I couldn't minister to people through songs because I was gay. And reality was, hell, it was people in there that was doing way worse stuff than I was doing. And I didn't even know it.
Your pastor was doing it too. He didn't know it.
Kevin.
Not your pastor per se, but I'm saying the pastor. Pastors, they not perfect. No, not yours per se. No. Let me clear that up. Not your actual pastor. But I'm saying that most pastors, preach about things that they doing.
Yeah.
They doing everything. I do have a question from one of the viewers. They said, how do you feel about I don't know if this was for mainly women. How do you feel about having the same bathrooms with transgenders? Would you feel comfortable having sharing a bathroom with transgenders? Because that's they trying to do that. Should they have their own bathroom, or should they be able to share with whomever whatever sex that they identify with?
This one is a very difficult one to answer, but I'm going to answer it as a straight woman. I would have a problem with that. As a gay woman, I don't necessarily, because I hang around transgenders, so I'm really much more familiar with transgenders than probably the straight woman would be. So in her mind, this is still a man. Also in her mind, she's probably thinking, what if a guy dresses up as a girl, just being funny and comes to the bathroom, and rapes her? You know what I'm saying? So I do get the logistics behind why they would say they have a problem. So I honestly truly believe that society really needs to chill out trying to push homosexuality on the world. I do think they really need to chill the hell out on that. People should be able to engage their children in that world by their choice. And I'm a gay woman. And I remember going on a cruise and telling my girlfriend that I don't ever want to go on another cruise with a kid because I just didn't feel comfortable kissing in front of kids because they don't understand it. And I don't know if their mamas told them or not. So I'm going to go with everybody in their own bathroom. That's my opinion.
I think I agree. I think I agree. I think, yeah, because and this is not to body shame anybody, but if you saw somebody that was 7 feet tall and they pretty much look like a man threw on a wig, that would probably scare the shit out of you, right? I think, hell, that would probably scare me too. Like, I'd be like, it's like, okay, like, so like you said, just to keep everything copacetic, I think they should have a bathroom for everybody.
Yeah.
Just to keep, hey, you can have how they have the family bathroom. You just add another bathroom.
Yeah.
What's your perspective on that, Q? He's mute.
Yeah. Yeah, he said give him a second.
Okay. So yeah, what's your perspective on that? Larice, what's your perspective? You're a woman. Ladies, if you're in here, what's your perspective on sharing bathrooms? Are you comfortable with it or are you not comfortable?
Becca Timbe said, I only have an issue with someone who doesn't clean up after themselves in a public bathroom, to be honest. So he's saying, hey, but I guess my thing is this. It's easier. I don't think it's a fair question to ask a guy because that's a fair fight. If somebody tried to walk up to Becca Timbe and fight him and that was a man, I mean, he can handle it. But a 6'8" guy walking up to me, no, I can't handle that. So I don't know.
True Bo said homosexuality nor transgender is the problem. It's all of these freaking pronouns and identifications.
Exactly.
Yeah. Art said, Shay, well said. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Okay. True Bo said, if you feel your woman, put in the work and money and make it happen. If you feel your man, put in the work and make it happen. Yeah, I think if that's something that you choose to do, don't half step, go all the way.
That's hard to say though, truth
No,
ball.
it's not. It is
That
true. No,
is.
that's
You
not.
know
I
how much
agree.
that cost?
It don't matter. I mean,
But you have people who literally can't afford that, but still feel like they're trapped in the wrong body. You can't say if they can't afford it, then you got to be who you think you not. No, that's not fair, and that's not compassion.
I don't know. I
It's
think it's.
not.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree. I think that
Truth ball, absolutely not. No.
no, I agree with them because I feel like if you can't, I mean, I understand. I don't know, like about the. I don't want to dive in it too deep because I don't know. I know it's a psychological thing and how they feel trapped in the body, in the same body. However, I do believe that if this is something you're going to like, don't give me woman one time and then give me man. Like, don't confuse people. If you're gonna do it all the way. And I think that's what he means. Don't okay, you want to look like a woman, and then the next day you got your leg propped up on a desk and your wig sitting on the thing because you want to be a man. No, you have to pick pick your struggle.
True
Pick your
boss,
struggle.
man, but you're spending $1,000 on shoes and still have a mustache. Get the fuck out of here. But what about those that don't have a mustache? That's really trying to, I mean, how many times have we been to the woodwork and we see the stubbles that they're covering up with, because they just can't afford it. So, I mean, not for those who's walking around with Gucci's and things like that, but I have a little compassion. I've seen someone struggle. I've seen a couple honeys be struggling.
Chill said, interesting question, but what if in the inverse that that turned a man that turned woman, should they still go to a men's bathroom?
What was the question?
I guess he's saying interesting question, but what if the roles were reversed? If a man turned woman, should they still go to a men's bathroom?
If he got a penis, he got to stand up and pee.
But now you saying the same thing that Chill Bo was saying. You saying, but they're a woman. Then you just say they couldn't afford certain things.
Compare those two, Kevin.
You can.
No. If two guys are in a bathroom and they fist fighting, they can fight. If a guy trying to fight me,
but you just said that they feel like they trapped in the body. So 9 times out of 10, they're not about to try to fight a man because they identify as a woman, right? So if they look, because some of them do look like women. I mean, some people won't admit it. Some of them does look like women. If you was in a bathroom, guys, and a woman come in the bathroom while you using the bathroom, automatically you're not gonna be like, "Ooh, yeah, I got a woman in here with me." You're gonna be like, "What the hell is she doing in here?"
They gonna say, "Ooh, they got a woman in there with them." Stop playing.
No. You gonna, the first initial thing is you're gonna be shocked. You can't tell me you're not gonna be initial.
A straight man is gonna be like,
yes, but he still's gonna be shocked. If you a woman and a man come walk in the bathroom, you're gonna be you're gonna be the initial shock. It's like you're not supposed to be in here. It's the initial shock from both.
You're comparing apples to freaking like Mars.
I probably wouldn't feel comfortable with the transgender man coming into the woman's bathroom with me.
I'm guaranteeing you, if you ask 100 straight guys, if a woman walked in the bathroom while you were peeing, would you be afraid?
I'm not saying you're going to be afraid. That's not what I said. I'm not saying you're going to be afraid. I'm just saying that because he asked the question, how would men feel if a transgender woman come in the bathroom? But it just depends. If she looks like a woman, you still gonna be shocked. And if you got a man look like a half man, it's gonna be uncomfortable.
But our concern is safety. It's not even the shock, it's the safety of it. It's the safety. Yours is a shocker. Again, you're comparing an apple with freaking steak. The reality is, if a man walks into the bathroom with a woman and it's a transgender, most women, when I say we, I'm speaking of women, are going to feel uncomfortable because in their mind, this man has more strength than me. and he can do whatever he chooses to do with me, versus to a transgender coming into a man's bathroom. The only thing he's going to be thinking about if he's a straight man is that this gay fool over here in this bathroom, he take his gay ass to. It's not going to be, oh, I'm scared he's going to rape me. So it's two different concerns. I get it, but it's two different concerns. Way too different.
Okay. 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 I think that's I don't know how they're gonna do it. I know that was something that was a concern, and like you stated, a lot of people have a lot of concerns about it. But I think to keep everything down, they should just make that universal bathroom, and whatever you identify with, you use that restroom. You know what I mean? I think just to keep everything down, because anything that you do and create and have, the first thing you have to do is think about security and the safety. That's even with IT work. You want to ensure that there's some type of security and safety of the systems, and make sure that systems not vulnerable. So why would you not make sure the safety of the people? So I kind of understand why people feel that way. What you got to say? Add to that, Q.
Will I feel comfortable?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I really put too much thought into it because I've been to places where it happened in both. So it's like, in this day and age, it's like, it just is what just is what it is. I don't think I'll be offended or, anything of that matter of that sort of, it happens. So, it's just like going somewhere else and a transgender person walk in. It's kind of sort of the same thing. You kind of sort of get used to it. In the men's room, the safety issue will lie with the trans person. Straight men will feel threatened and want to harm out of fear.
Mm-hmm. Ignorant man.
Yeah.
You probably should have put that in front
of there.
I agree. Having a third bathroom, I think safety. Who said there should be a third bathroom?
Chill out. Kevin. Kevin said it.
I don't feel like it should be a third bathroom because why are we singling people out?
I think for the safety of the women. I mean, Chill Out said that he feels like it's safety on both ends. Transgender men or women could be bullied or judged and sometimes just killed for their life choices. Hate crimes, most definitely. So just like Becca Tembe said, it wouldn't be the straight man, like, oh my God, it would be more so a hate crime on the opposite end of that story versus to the safety of a regular woman.
So I got a question. Do you think that women who transgender over to men are more accepted than men who transgender to women?
Most definitely. Just like gay women are more accepted than, hell, my job, I have 1,000 men. Kevin's on the phone with me some times all day, and they talk to me all day, hug me all day, nonstop in my face, can't get them out my face. And these are my friends. But the gay guys there, they call fags, they call horrible names I won't even repeat. And it's just, that's because that's just how, I don't know, it's weird. I think it's horrible, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that it's more accepting for women than it is accepting to men, which is a double standard. It's a double standard. But again, this is why it's important to educate people.
But I think it goes back to a lot of men. It's safety. I get that, but it's the fact that a lot of men hide it. You have so many men that hide being gay, and then the straight guys don't get to see the successful gay men, the guys that don't look like they're gay and they are gay. They hide it and play straight, so the guys that's straight never know that the ones that they hanging around with are really gay. So they don't understand that you don't have to be, hey girl, what's up, bitch? You don't got to do all of that to be a gay guy. There are real gay men that are very dominant, that's nice looking, educated, sexy as hell, built, bulky, and they don't look like girls with drawn on eyebrows, but no one gets to see that because our men are encouraged to suppress that and hide it.
And also
So
the media plays, but the
big.
media plays a role in that too. They don't show, they only show like only what they want. You know, they only show a particular character, you know, like for instance, women. There's not a lot of shows or really depict women as or black families as a working family and doing their thing is successful. They have the woman to feel like she's an angry black woman in some sort. So it's a stereotype, you know. Then a stereotype they have the guys that are gay on there that's what overly feminine and popping and snapping, but they don't have the professional ones on there that's not doing those things. You know what I mean? So I think the media plays a major role in stereotypes. You
Well, do
know,
you think it's always the media?
I
I,
think the media. I think the media has because the media is a bigger platform. I think they drive the narrative.
but pause for a second. So remember, I don't know if you guys watch P Valley Murder. He played the gay scene, right? He's the gay guy. Then you had the guy that just played. He played in American Horror Stories, and then
Jeffrey Dahmer. He
Jeffrey
played.
Dahmer. They gave this man praise, homage. Oh, he's a great actor. He did a good job, and he is. I love him to death. I swear I do. But I had somebody tell me, "Oh, Murder had to be gay." This was when P Valley was on. I said, "Why you say that?" And they said, "Oh, he played that role too good." And I'm like, "He's an actor. Like, if he couldn't
That's what
play the
actors do.
role as a gay man, then he wouldn't be called an actor, right?" Well, it was a double-edged sword.
And that man
Our
is straight with
people,
a wife.
black people,
Hmm.
ridiculed this black man for being a good gay actor.
But he's
And then
not
they
gay
said,
though.
but he's not gay. There's no way he's got a wife. But then the same black people went under this white man's post and said, "You paid the hell out of Jeffrey Dahmer to be an actor." It suppresses our black men and make our black men feel like being gay makes you less masculine, and it does not. You have some of the most masculine, sexy, intelligent, articulate black men there are, and there needs to be people that push them to say, "Hey, I am a gay man, but I'm comfortable with who I am. I have standards, and I don't like you, and you don't got to worry about me liking you. I know what I like." And I think straight men think when you say you gay, oh, the damn earth comes shattering down because they think that everybody wants them. And it's not the case. It's definitely not the case.
Art said something. He said you never get used to it. We can't adjust. We can't adjust things for how I guess how everybody feel. He said most TS get harmed because they think it's cool tricking straight men. Now I think
Yep.
in that case is
Now I
now
will.
yeah I think in that case that's wrong. You should never you shouldn't do that. You can't.
Well, well. I'm gonna.
No, you can't trick a person. If a man thinking he's getting a woman, that's what he's thinking he's getting. And you need to tell him because if you don't, you playing games with him.
Well, I totally agree. However, on the flip side, I feel like some of these same men also know what they getting themselves into.
No.
No. I say this because I had a friend. I had a friend who was transgender. The guy knew exactly what he was getting into. Now the thing was the hood found out that he messed with a transgender, and then what turned around? He turned around and shot him because the hood found out. I feel like it's a two-way.
Well, we talking about the people that just don't know. The people that don't know that has no idea.
So it's funny that you said that because if you go back to what you said, if everybody can't afford surgery, when you take them clothes off, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into.
But listen, you have some that looks like women, right? So we talking about the ones that look like women, right? So to a man, if you going on a few, if you saying no sex, he don't know anything because you're not saying no sex is no touching. So to him, he may think you pretty and you like it, he like you, and you taking him out, and then to his surprise, when the clothes come off, if you didn't have the surgery, he gonna be upset. Like you shouldn't trick people.
I agree. I totally
You
agree with
shouldn't
that.
trick. You shouldn't do that.
I know a
I
friend
think
who tricked a guy, and his half of his face is blown off now because that guy shot him in his face in the alley over there off of 6 Mile in Woodward. damn near killed him.
You can't, but you can't lie. I don't think you should be trying to trick anybody or any of that. I just don't think that, you shouldn't do that. Tell a person, and let them decide if that's what they want to do. You shouldn't be trying to trick people into doing anything.
Truth
Yeah.
Glow says something I truly like. She says, honesty is, or he, I'm sorry, I don't know if that's a boy or a girl. My apologies. Honesty is always the best. Not sharing that you are transgender is unfair and it's a lie. And it is. It's like not sharing that you got AIDS or you got chlamydia or you have, what's the other one? Herpes, or I don't care if it's not. What does it come when it flare up? Yeah, when it flare up. I don't care if you should let me be able to say if
Mm-hmm.
I want to deal with you, and I think that those things should be disclosed off the rip. I shouldn't have to ask you. I shouldn't have to bribe you. You should be able to disclose that. Hey, I just want to let you know before we get involved. I like you. I think you're very attractive, but I'm positive, HIV positive. I had herpes. I had chlamydia. I mean, I got some medicine to take care of it, but I had it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got 8 kids. I got bad credit. I think these are the things that need to be disclosed because you should be able to say, you know what, I like you, but I don't want to deal with that. And I hope you can respect that. But people don't do it. And that's why it puts you in a compromising situation where you get your damn face blew the hell off because you lying about stuff that you shouldn't be lying about. So
Yeah, you should disclose. It's important to disclose anything that you think will be life altering or can potentially change a person's life. And
not having a car, it needs to be disclosed. Getting a repo, it needs to be disclosed. Needs to be disclosed. You know why? Because all of that stuff is traumatic.
Yeah,
it's traumatic, and it affects my life. If I have one car and you ain't got no car, that means you
that
think
ain't traumatic though. But that's not traumatic though.
Well,
and because they got a repo, they don't have to disclose that.
No, you got to disclose all that with me, baby. Okay. I'm sorry.
Don't disclose no repo to nobody, y'all.
You disclosing it with me. Okay.
Unless you married. You don't have to go and tell everybody everything. Nah.
The man who wants to know if your 401k, what's in it. Are you serious?
You don't have to disclose that, y'all.
Yes, you do.
But listen, this is
I want to know everything. Your allergies.
To medications, huh? Any surgeries in the past? What's your family history?
Yes, I want to know if anybody been to jail. I want to know it all because listen, it's gonna affect our future. You got any trauma? Was you adopted? I need to know.
That is important. That's important, but yeah. Them failing 8th grade is not something you have to disclose.
Well, did you get your diploma or GED? I need to know what I'm working with.
I mean, yeah, that you have to know, but yeah. But listen, guys, this actually brings us to the end of this wild card Wednesday. It was most definitely a wild card because we talked about everything. But as always, we always appreciate you guys for tuning in every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Next week, we are going to I'll be doing some traveling, so I'm not sure if we're going to do the show next week. Yeah. So as of now, it's safe to say that the show will be postponed. But as always, we're going to pick up, or a possibility we might have it. So, but as of now, it's postponed. And just know that we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe. Tell someone about the channel. And like always, we like to leave you guys with something. First Lady, take us away. What should we leave the people with?
We started off with what was one of the things that, in your past life that you realized in your new life or your older adult life that may have been a struggle, but you got better. My takeaway is you are your own roadblock. Truly, you are. You are the epitome of success. You are the epitome of failure. The only thing that you can do is make sure that you succeed in whatever it is that you put your mind to. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can block you but yourself. Surround yourself around positivity and get rid of anybody, and that's including your family, that is heavyweight. Because it is a season of getting all that dead weight off of you. Don't wait till New Year's to get it. Do it now.
Amen. What you got for us, Q? Minister Q.
I think mine will be turbulence is the price you pay for flying high. Never allow anyone to deter you for being who you are. Be great and be successful and understand that only you matter. That's what be
All
mine.
right. I like that. And y'all really be coming. Now I gotta try to come after both of you guys with that. But like I said earlier, if just know that if you fail at something, dust yourself off and try again. As long as you got breath in your body, it's never too late. Like I mentioned earlier, don't dwell about yesterday, live for today, and hope for tomorrow. And on that note, we out of here and we'll check you guys out the Wednesday after next. So we love you guys. Make sure y'all share this, tell somebody about it. We out. Peace.
It was a great night, guys.
Great night. Thank you guys for rocking with us as always.